Okay, welcome back to the second day of the Goldfield Ashes, and joining me in the commentary box is Tony Gregg.
Yes, thank you, Richie, and I'm very excited about this game. And I tell you what, there's been a bit of a mishap down here on the ground.
Well, it looks like some kind of injury has happened to Tim O'Callaghan, and ambulance are just coming to help fix the problem. What does it look like here, Tony?
Well, he's just taken a bit of a tumble. I was down there a little bit earlier, and there was just a massive crack down there. And what's happened is, I think he's got his foot caught in there, and down he's gone, Richie.
And it looks like Tim's got some kind of whistling device. Maybe he's calling out to the birds. Kind of reminds me of Bill Lawry. He loves to call out to the birds. He's right into his birds. What do you think, Tony?
Enough about Bill and his birds. We know he loves his pigeons, but this looks very serious indeed. He looks like he's actually got some sort of cigar there, and he's drawing back on that on a regular basis. But let's look at this. Looks like his knee is just wrapped around on itself, and they're just putting it back in there, and it's just popped back in. And let's look at his face, and yep, he looks about the same. Ooh, yes, it just pops back in there, and they've put a bandage on there. I'm sure that'll fix everything. I think that's what they do these days, strapping him nice and tight. Timmy has been known to fall out of his bed on a number of occasions, including Ray Applegate's bed.
Yes, and reminds me of the time that I had a popped out knee. I had to get Bultaga Riley to help me out, and instead of using a whistle, he gave me mouth-to-mouth, and the knee just popped straight back in. He didn't even need to get a hand onto the knee. It was just amazing work from Bultaga Riley.
And as you can see, they're just wheeling him in here with some sort of bed device. We didn't have anything around like that in my day. I tell you what, we just got up and kept playing. But Timmy is they're clapping him off now. I'm not quite sure he deserves that. He's only played one shot and he's fallen over and broken his knee. So I don't know about that, Richie. They don't seem to breed him as tough as they used to.
While they're doing that, let's go over the highlights of the Goldfield Ashes.
And here we are, just about to start the day off here. Let's look at the highlights. As the boys coming out on the bus, there's Ben Brown having a bit of a stretch. And the warm-up here, this is the modern techniques that they use these days. Yes, they've just got who's down there? Jeremy Williams, one of the finest new talents on the scene. Rich, can you tell us a little bit about Jeremy?
Yeah, I would just notice she's very good at throwing the ball.
All right, and let's look at this technique here, just warming up Adam Weddingvale. He's got the bat nice and close there. Too bad he can't hit the ball off the square, though. A big warm-up for just running singles, really. And just looking back on his pie chart, he hasn't hit many boundaries in his life, but I tell you what, he tries to be a little bit like Simon Kadich. And my favourite part of the day, the pitch report.
Just here doing the pitch report. And as we can see here, we got a few cracks here in the popping crease, and we're just trying to get the key and just try and storm off on it. Oh no, it's a very, very hard indeed. Can't get that key in. You know, it's lots of cracks here, and some of the biggest cracks I've ever seen in a one-day strip.
Anyway, back into the match, and I'll tell you what, we got up to a solid start. As you can see, we're just Kevin Bradbury there, just smacking one into the leg side. I think all his shots went into the leg side, to be honest. And here's Weddingvale just doing his little dabby, Simon Kadich little dabs. Very, very boring indeed. No one wants to see that in a 2020, that's for sure.
Yes, and I love to wear a tutu, even though he's wearing a tutu. He's actually pretty good at the old bowling, although that's no match for Sir Kevin Bradbury and Weddingvale. They're just doing some marvellous shots here. And
as you can see there in the background, some sort of golf cart going around there. I don't know what that's doing there. I don't remember seeing any golf course around. Look at this magnificent surface that they're playing on. I tell you what, the curator Doug Deep has done an amazing job there. Just grass flourishing everywhere there, Rich. And as you can see, this other team, I don't even know their name. They're just bowling some absolutely terrible lines and lengths there down the leg side, and subsequently they've put all their fielders on that side. And Ray just picking them off at will. Look at that running style. Look at that. I don't know how he runs so smoothly and so slow. But anyway, he's picked them off, puts that into the leg side, and as you can see, some great fielding efforts here. Gets down to that, doesn't quite get there, but good backing up there.
Yes, and it's even a miracle that Ray Applegate is even awake, because he's otherwise known as Captain Snooze by his team, because he likes to sleep a lot. Yes, but he's certainly playing well today.
And as you can see here, this second wicket partnership was quite substantial. Ray just picking him off with ones and twos down the fine leg. From all reports, the ball was actually very soft and wouldn't come onto the bat as well as they would have liked. But as you can see here, Wedding Vale just picking him off. Another boring shot into the leg side. Did we see any boundaries? I don't think we've actually seen a boundary yet.
Yes, indeed. And Ray Applegate just clobbered that, and it looks like it's going for 4, is it? Oh dear.
If we weren't in trouble before, we certainly are now.
Yes, we certainly are.
First shot, he tries on the offside and he just squeezes it straight to point where it's a solid catch, and he'll be very fuming with that. And look at that, he's tried to be really smart indeed, but all he's done is just squeezed it to point, and once again he hasn't even got it past the infield. As the reverse swingers needed at that time someone to just consolidate the innings and just, nudge it around and be very careful, Ben Brown comes out and plays some absolutely ridiculous shots who just puts the team in absolute dire straits. And as you can see here, Wedding Vale still just holding up. Look, can't even use his bat. We just need some boundaries, and he couldn't even get bat on ball.
Yes, quite right. He couldn't.
And thank goodness for the no LB rule there. That was absolutely plum. But anyway, he's just picked that off. The game continues. Look at that running style. I'll tell you what, it took him half an hour to get down to the other end of the pitch.
At that stage, the reverse swingers were 2 for 22, and that's good figures, that.
And as you can see here, they really need to get a wriggle on. And once again, right off the top edge of the bat there, he's just tickled that round. Singles will not do it at that stage, and they were trying to push it along. Oh, he's just thrown the bat. He's very disappointed indeed, and quite rightly so. That was a big moment in the match where he needed to stay in and guide his team to victory, but he's let the team down. He's hit the bottle. That'll be some sort of fine, I'm sure. That's the best shot he's done all day, mind you. That's straight out of the meat of the bat. Look at that. And he'll be quite happy with that one, I should think, Rich.
Luke, I don't have a shower, Zoma. He's getting right underneath it. And I think he nearly picked the game up for the reverse swingers.
And the guy's coming under it, and we don't know what happened there. Narden's really got to work on that.
It's nearly a fluke. He just hit that right over the top of the wicketkeeper.
Yes, it's one of those modern switch hits, as they're called, just or the lap sweep as it's known, where they just get under it and just tap it over the wicketkeeper. Very hard to do indeed.
Yes.
But you'd only see that once or twice in a game.
Okay, and look, Jason Cheslin away, he's just had a swing at that, and it's just gone straight through, and he's balled out.
He's just collected the off bail there, just by a bee's diaphragm. Oh, Benji, he's been clean bowled. We've shipped him in all the way from Townsville, and he's lasted about 2 deliveries. Typical.
Timmy has been escorted off the field, and now we're back live. The reverse swingers are now 9 for 22.
Yes, we've got Jeremy Window Williams on strike here. We really need him to dig in and he's gone down the track and he's been stumped. 2 stumps. Let's have a look at the replay here. He's gone down that track and look at that gap. That's as big as our bedroom window. And he has just knocked 2 stumps out of the ground. And that is the end of the innings.
Yes, pretty piss poor effort that by the reverse swingers, and my word, only an absolute disaster could prevent the other team from winning the series.